How can engineers unleash the power of flow in their lives to be more productive and satisfied in their work? That's what we're going to discuss here in this video today. Let's jump into it. Hi there, my name is Jeff Perry. I'm a leadership and career development expert and author of The Intentional Engineer. And today we're talking about the power of flow for engineers to unleash creativity and productivity and satisfaction in your work. Now, the concept of flow dovetails very closely with the concept of genius zones, which I've talked about in a number of my other videos. When you do work that applies your genius zones, chances are you're actually in flow. You're losing track of time. So what are those situations and circumstances and types of activities that you find yourself in a state of flow? We might also call it being in the zone. At work, it could be speaking to a group or running a meeting or working on a challenging product or doing some design or analysis or something that you just can lose yourself in, and you also really enjoy that problem-solving aspect. Whatever it is, what are you doing and where are you that you feel like you're having so much fun that time just flies? This feeling or state of flow comes from the research by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi on flow, which I highly recommend to go look him up in some of his books and TED Talk as well. But the research suggests that the more time we spend in flow, it actually increases our happiness, fulfillment, and our productivity. In fact, Dr. Csikszentmihalyi said is when we act freely for the sake of the action itself, rather than for ulterior motives, that we learn to become more than what we were. So it's this freeing experience when we're really getting into an activity like this. And so one of the ways to think about how do we figure out where flow is if you think about an XY diagram, where on one axis, the x-axis is the level of skills that we have. On the y-axis is the level of the challenge that we're facing. Now, when we balance that, and we have a nice balance between the skills we have to meet the challenge we're having, that's what we might call the zone or area of flow, where we have the ability, the skills, and the experience to meet that challenge. But if the challenge is too high and our skills are too low, we're going to feel a sense of anxiety or fear. If the challenge is low and our skills are quite high, we're going to be in a state of boredom. So when you're feeling either of those things, you're looking at how can I either increase the challenge or increase my level of skills and abilities to get back to this flow state of where the skills and the challenge balance, right? So for example, even someone who's pretty good at basketball, I'm a big basketball fan. You can think of like a high school basketball player. Well, they would be pretty excited to meet some NBA players. They probably wouldn't have a whole lot of fun in the game itself if they were playing against a bunch of NBA players, right? Their skills are okay, but compared to the challenge they're facing against a bunch of NBA players, they'd probably get torched and get disheartened. And in an engineering context, perhaps, maybe a brand new aerospace engineer probably wouldn't be in flow if they're asked to design an entirely new passenger airplane from top to bottom. That's just way too much to expect one person to do, but they might also get bored if they're tasked with designing a paper airplane, right? So we want to find ways to match the level of skills with the challenge that we're facing. And so if you're feeling bored, increase the challenge. If you're feeling anxious or fearful, you have to level up in your skills and abilities to get into the state of flow. My name is Jeff Perry. I really hope this has been helpful for you. I'd love to help you and your team and organization find ways to utilize genius zones and flow to increase your productivity, satisfaction, and happiness in your life and career. If I can do anything to help you, please reach out and let's connect. Look forward to seeing you on the next video.